Hi, good to see you again. Welcome to Flowing Power to Power. I'm Alma Baca. I'm the CEO of Collot Baca Subtitling Academy. And I have created this space, these live casts, uh, especially for translators, for the freelancers. I am very glad to be back and to be every week addressing different topics that I think help us run our businesses, become aware that we are business people, that we are running a business, and that our businesses are not different. The business as a freelancer is not different than any other corporation. It requires organization, it requires administration, and it requires knowing what you're doing. It's not just getting the client. You need to collect, you need to be able to invoice, you need to do a follow up, you need to create an interaction, public relations, and everything that it takes to have a successful company. I started myself as a freelancer together with my partner Alex Collot, and we have managed to do and create a pretty successful company. And we intend, our goal is to be the best, the largest localization agency in the world, and we are certain that we are going to accomplish it. But it takes work, but it takes, not just the desire, but also knowing how to do it. So I am glad to be back again and to pursue uh, different topics to and share with you some knowledge and experiences. And today I'm going to be talking about emotions and success. I'm going to go back a little bit and ask you if you guys have seen the previous ones, the previous live casts. If you haven't, I invite you to go to YouTube and watch them because they have a sequence and I think they're pretty good. So, welcome again. Let's continue with these conversations where you come and listen and share and enlighten me with your opinions, with your experiences. And what are we trying to do here is also we're trying to create conversations, interactions, communication that is productive, not just complaining, not just talking about my problems. And it's not that people do not care about our problems, and well, actually they don't. Is what people should do is help us if they can solve our problems. Otherwise, it's just like throwing and throwing, dirt or waste in the air. So, what do we want to do here? We want to create a moment where we communicate, when we interact, with the aiming to be better. So, I hope I'm going to help you be a better person, a more successful freelancer. And if you have comments, even if you disagree, please tell me because I really grow a lot. But what I want to say, like I said today, we are going to be talking about emotions in success. We hear so much at the key factor, the key production. The production, I don't care how well outlined, how well you have a system, it is only emotion that upsets that process. Your process, how come we're not getting it right? Well, and the emotions are directly linked, to your results. You know, a lot of people say, like I just mentioned, process is king. But I have news for you. You have a Ferrari, and that Ferrari is a mighty powerful machine. It works perfectly. But if the driver is intoxicated, or the driver is upset, or the driver is just distracted by his emotion, he's angry, he's absent minded, he's in sorrow. What is what do you think is going to be what do you think is going to happen? The car is most likely going to crash. And the car is still perfect, beautiful, and amazing machine. The person driving the car was not up to the situation. And that's what happens with your processes. They are perfectly outlined, they follow a sequence. But if one of the persons responsible of a step, or the person running the whole process, I mean, in the case of the freelancer, you do the whole thing all by yourself. You're upset, you're angry, you're disappointed, you're frustrated, you're bitter. Well, those emotions, are most likely going to keep you distracted, and you are going to make mistakes. And it's not your process, it is not your fault. It is really because you're running on low fuel, low quality fuel. And why? Because the emotion is like a glue, And I'll tell you, when you think and you act, there is this component that glues them together, and that's the emotion. I can think of being an amazing, a great freelancer. I can think of selling X number of hours per week, or producing X number of dollars or euros or yens a month, or let's narrow it down to a week. And I'm all set up to do it. I'm trained. I'm the best translator. My processes. I'm ethical. I deliver, or even over deliver. But that's my thought. And then I'm upset. I'm very sad. I am bitter. I am anxious. I am insecure. I am, burdened by my family issues, by the fact that I can't pay my bills, by the fact that I have a client that is not paying me. My attention, is not there, just like with the Ferrari. Therefore, my action is going to be low. And it's not, like I said, due to your performance or your process, is your emotion. For anything to move or take any given course of action, you need to think about doing it. Do you agree with me? And when you perform it, when you go over into action, then you move, you move forward, you move upwards. And because that's what we want to do, we want to keep moving forward and upwards, because that's what progress is all about. Progress is not at the bottom, progress is always at the top. So I need to move up. So I need to be well trained, and it takes endurance, it takes strength, and it takes courage, and it takes confronting my own weaknesses. It takes overcoming my insecurities, my shyness to talk to my clients and admit that I make a mistake, fixing mistakes. It just takes a lot, but it's up there. So, like I said, with the example of the Ferrari, you may have a great idea. You plan for it, you structure it, you get ready to take off. But if your emotions are low, if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're angry, if you're insecure, the actions you will take will be either very low, or will be in the wrong direction. And it is true. Has it happened to you that you're driving your car and it's in perfect shape, and you lose, you get lost, or you end up somewhere because you didn't pay attention? But that means your attention was not there, and there's a reason why your attention is not where it should be. So now, what are we trying to do here? We're trying, or what have we discovered now? We have discovered that emotions play a crucial role in your life. And it's not about you forcing yourself, or imposing yourself, or criticizing yourself, or putting yourself down. It just takes one single thing, is to be aware. It's just one little tiny thing, is awareness. I am aware that my emotions dictate the end result of my day, the end result of my life, for all for all matters. Your emotions vary like a scale. If success is up here and failure is down here, well, there are emotions up here, up on top, and there are emotions down here. So it's pretty much like a scale. They're divided in two parts. One, you have the higher rank emotions, the high tone emotions, and you have the low ranking emotions, the low tone emotions. So if you're aware of them, it's easier to control. When I know there's the traffic sign, the red one that says stop means halt my car, I know what to do. If I know there's a green light, then I can go. If I see there's a speed limit, I know I cannot go any further faster than that because I'm going to get in trouble. So if there are curves, so that's pretty much what these emotions are. They're signs. They're signs telling you how well you are going to perform, and there's no magic about it. It's not me making it up. You know, if you are feeling, you know, apathetic about something, what's the first thing you do when you're apathetic about a topic? I don't care. You take no action. That's what apathy is, zero action. But if you're enthusiastic and you have the opportunity of making those 10,000 grand that you were betting on making that week, boy, that enthusiasm, what is it? What is it full of? Action, active, assertive action, smile, happiness, persistence. But the more you go up the scales, that scale, the higher you go, the more productive and the more likely you are going to be to move fast. And the more likely you are going to be very accurate in your actions. Your emotions, my friend, play a vital role in your life. And they are affected by the environment. I mean, if a client doesn't pay me, of course it's going to affect my emotions because it has a greater impact. It impacts my company, it impacts my reputation, it impacts my translators. It has a big impact. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to take action and solve that situation. But I'm not going to let it put me down because when I'm down, I cannot move, just like with apathy. I don't care about something. If I don't care about going north, I'm not going to head myself in that direction. So there will be no action towards north. So the lower your emotions, the slower you become to the point that you get to a total stop. The sloppier you become, the more inclined to make errors you will be. Because that's what low tone is. It's not because you're dumb, it's not because you're careless, it's just because you are operating on a very low or on a low, an emotions ranking on that lower part of the scale. So let's identify some of those emotions. We know them, but how often do we sit down and actually study about them? Like I said, what I know, what I have clear in my mind, I can work with. I can use it. It's like money in the bank. All of us are millionaires. We got tons of that money in the bank with our ideas, with our vitality, with our own life, our existence, the possibility of doing something. That makes you wonderful. You are, every single person in this planet is the possibility of something. So how wonderful and amazing, can you be? It's just incredible. So if you're not aware of it, it's like having $1 billion in the bank and not using them or wasting them. You just leave the bank open and anyone can come into it. You go into your Ferrari and you crash because you were operating thinking that you have nothing with low emotions. So the lower emotions, it's important to be aware of them because when I'm aware of something, I can identify it and I can do something about it. Some, they range between anger, and then it goes down to, being feisty, antagonist against the will or the system or rules or fear. That's fear. I think is our worst enemy. It's a very low tone emotion, and when you're afraid, you hide or you run, you lie, protect yourself. You avoid. And none of those will take you to any results. Because hiding, you can't do anything hiding. Ignoring, avoiding, you can't do anything about it. I can't say I'm going to fix something, but I'm not going to look at it. It's impossible. You can't go into the road if not, you don't walk into the road. So same thing happens with your actions in life. And then you have sadness. A sad person lies down. A sad person is inactive. And you have apathy, like we mentioned. It's just, I don't care. I will not do anything. So you notice you go from apathy, which is zero action, all the way to anger. And what does an angry person do? Can you think about an example when you see an angry person? What does the angry person do? They scream. They destroy communication through, loud voice. And, that doesn't mean that you don't have the right to be angry. People have the right to be angry. But you must know that anger destroys lines of communication, destroys reputation, destroys lives, destroys things. Because the first thing you want to do is throw that glass and then slap something on the floor and break it. So, what about the emotions that are ranking up above that scale? That those high tone. Well, you have up, way up there. You have enthusiasm, acceleration, someone who's ready to go and get up early if it's necessary, put that, burn the midnight oil. That person is ready to learn what they have to learn. They're ready to change what they have to change. They're ready to do whatever it takes to get to that goal. And their action is a non-stop. They're resilient. Those people have an endurance that is amazing. And they're just ready. You can see the determination in their eyes. Nothing is going to stop them. And then you have happiness. It's a happy person is somebody you want to be around. It's somebody pleasant to be. It's somebody who radiates all this, good vibe. And they're also likely to have to take action and do the right things, be ethical. And then you have people that are, have that they're interested, honestly, sincerely interested in something. And then, it goes down a little bit more to people that are conservative. A person who is a conservative that person can take action. Once you set up and plan things the right way for them, and you assure them, you guarantee them that it's going to give or yield the right results, they'll take action. And then you have boredom. Even a bored person is more productive than someone in fear. I can tell you that. Even more productive than someone is in anger. Because a bored person can be lying down there on the couch like this. I don't know if you've seen someone doing, bored. I'm bored. If you tell them the house is on fire, they're gonna spring out and run out of that place. So all they need is some action, some excitement. Emotions play a vital role in your life. Production is, affected primarily by the emotion and the reaction that people take. So be aware of your emotion. Know your emotions. Learn about emotions. Learn how you can move up there. How can you, what makes you go up there? How and what makes you, and also learn to spot what makes you fall. Somebody gives me bad news right now, I'm going to, I'm going to drop. But I know how to climb back up. So, your success as a freelancer, as a couple, as a family, in your finances, in your personal life, in your social life, at work, depends on the level at which you operate every day, your emotional tone level. You're up there, you're very likely to make it. And you will overcome the cheater, you will overcome the person who has more training, you will get anywhere you want in an ethical way. So, I hope this talk has been helpful. I honestly and sincerely hope that you will do something about your emotions, and you will learn about your emotions. If you want to know more, I can share with you, directly from me. You can, please feel free to write and send me a message. I'll be more than happy to tell you what I've studied, what, the knowledge and where I have gained it, uh, about emotions and how to control them, how to work through them, and how to stay up, how to stay motivated, how to stay enthusiastic all the time, because it is a lie when people tell you that it's impossible to stay enthusiastic. It's pretty much like they're telling you, but it is possible to stay, you know, in apathy or in boredom, or you just like doing nothing, staying on the low tone. Yeah, it takes more work because it's like gravity. Things that fall down, they fall down fast. To go up takes work, takes discipline, takes an everyday commitment towards myself and towards my environment. I hope this information will help you to be more productive. I want you to be more productive because this world works, grows, and becomes successful with our productivity. So this world is depending on you. Take the time, write down the emotions that you're normally kind of fluctuating day to day, and see what you can do to make them go higher, because we can always be better. If you're already in the upper ones, oh, I'm always motivated, I'm always positive, great. Write it down. I'm always very positive. Alma, I'm on the upper tone. Okay, how are my finances? How is my personal life? How is my love life? And kind of go around all the different areas in my life. And perhaps I might spot the one is a little bit lower than the others. There, for sure, there might be an emotion that is not optimal. Work on that one, or just keep it to your business. The ideal here is that you have this knowledge, and it can help you be a better person. So I will see you next week. Thank you very much for coming again. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week with a new topic. If you care about another topic, if you want me to talk about something in particular, tell me. I will be very happy to talk about that. This program is for you. Bye.